Welcome to Momentum Monday. Today is October 13, 2025.
Yeah.
Howard, did you buy anything on Friday when the market, the indices sold off 3% plus?
I didn't. I think I was talking about buying some Chinese stocks this week. I was just focused on where Trump was doing, which was China. So as I'm long Baba and KWeb, so I was like, they were extended. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a few more days. I didn't expect a V kind of bounce. But it was kind of a flash crash in crypto from the leverage. And like, look at the run that these things had. So a
Yes.
couple more bad days, I would have tried something. But, on the weekend, Trump tweeted that, oh, I was just kidding, or, Z was off his meds. Very hard
Yeah,
for a person like me as a trend follower who's riding a trend to have a 1 day sell-off and like load the boat. It's just not my thing.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people sold on Friday,
I think
which
a lot of people were forced sold in crypto. I don't know about stock.
yes, there was some forced selling in crypto. There was some selling, if you want to keep your losses small, obviously on Friday you had to sell some of the names.
Yeah.
In general, yes, everybody knew that 100% additional tariff is just a negotiation tactic and it's just a matter of time because
Yeah.
it just doesn't make any sense. Like the world economy is going to stop
hmm
uh, if they
Hey,
apply
today,
that.
to, today I sold, I have no idea what gold is or does for me, but today I sold that. Um,
The
Man,
all-time highs continues to be, gold and silver continue to be like a major
yeah,
momentum
I hope it goes
plays.
to, I don't know, it goes to 1,000. I don't know, but like, I just was playing a price trend. And again, like, there's so many clean ideas, and this one's a good one, but just let go of it, the last piece of it today. What else? On a
The-
firm was a stock that I was added to my index, and it acted beautifully. And I got rid of it. Um, you know, traded up 20 points from when I bought it, and now it's below that point, and I'm like, I'm not falling in love with anything right here. That's a new position that can't hold its breakout. A lot of the consumer stocks are, you're starting to see a little bit of selling. But overall, I mean, price action remains good despite Friday.
yeah,
So many uptrends. I think I was looking at the breadth. Helene Meisler was sharing that the breadth is kind of topped about a month ago. So there's still a lot of like wacky price action where people are having fun. You pull it up, right? Like the rare earth stuff, the nuclear
yeah,
stuff.
definitely. Yeah,
People do
anything
not.
nuclear. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the fact that people think they know what's going on here is a comedy. People are
yeah.
just, this is rampant speculation, which is fun. Not against it. I'm packed. I mean, I was watching this UAMY since friends were calling me at $7. And
Yeah.
I don't chase. Like, but I think today it closed at 20. Look at the
Yeah.
CRML, which bought a few shares. My son bought a few shares at like $2.
CRM, what?
L. This goes to okay. This stock was $2, and my son called me about it. He owns it closed at 29 today.
Yeah.
Okay, like I hate it. Like engages in mining exploration of rare earth.
Yeah.
God bless. Like I mean,
Anything
he's got
rare
his first
earth.
10
Yeah.
bagger. He's got a 10 bagger.
Yeah. Yeah, that's incredible. There are a lot of hot areas of the market right now, as you mentioned, rare earths, anything nuclear, also continues to push higher and, make stocks like Aqua,
Yeah.
it's up, what, 18 times in less than a year.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of other names that are,
No revenue. So I'm saying like this is a great year for people to beat the indexes. None of these companies are in the indexes. Let's take a look at Rocket, the Rocket companies, RKLB, ASTS. These are stock to its faves. God bless them. I mean, the breakout at under $10 and then the breakout at 30.
yeah,
If you did your work and they've been on I've been watching them. I just haven't done the work. and I'm an idiot. Like it's just a hot space. You can anything, these are just, they're riding on Tesla's, you know, kind of coattails in terms of how they're marketing themselves. They're not anywhere close to making money. They're not in
Yeah,
indexes. They're narrative driven, and retail's powerful.
yeah.
Retail,
There
you
is a
got
new
I forget how many million Robinhood accounts now there are. There's like 120 million Robinhood accounts or something. I read. Hang on, I'm looking it up. I'm sorry. I should be better prepared, but hang on. 50. Oh, there's 1.2 billion investment app users now around the world. 55% are retail investors. So I'm saying like the app economy brought on half the world that invests off apps are retail.
1.2 billion people invest through apps.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty insane, but doesn't surprise me. And we'll probably see more of that
more for sure.
as
But I'm saying if
AI.
you're not going to trade index, so if you've agreed that like Nvidia is boring and you don't want to trade it three times Nvidia, you're going to start looking to stock twits. You're going to start looking at trending tickers. You're going to start looking at non-index stocks because you want them to move with some volatility. And the fuddy daddies are saying this is all gambling, and I'm saying no, that's pretty smart. They're not. They know they can't mess around with Nvidia or Meta. Those are institutionally driven stocks. So the new retail is trying to create their own institution, which is finding good narratives and telling a story on social media. And the institutions hate it. They think it's stupid. Of course, it's stupid to them because they don't understand it. But this is the degenerate economy. They've used technology to form groups, to tell stories, to glob onto, ideas. And if they convince people to hold, I don't know. I mean, what's stupid? I
I
think,
mean, if you think it's stupid, just go ahead and short.
yeah, yeah, well, that is stupid. But I think it's free, you're easy to say it's stupid, but I'm more worried about the people that call it stupid. If people are going to short, they deserve what they get. But so I think that's the story. I so some other stats on retail. That 50 billion of retail buying post tariff news. Uh, 50 billion of retail buying post tariff news in April 25. 60 million retail investors in the United States.
60
I
million.
mean, it's
That's
bananas.
20%, yeah, of the population.
Yeah, at least 20. That's like old numbers. I think we're closing in on 25, 30% this year. So again, when you band 25, 30% of people together with social networks and apps and thinly traded stocks, right? And they survived GameStop, they survived COVID. They've learned a few things. They may not have learned what you want them to learn, right? But I mean, the non-index stuff is just fascinating right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not gonna end well if you
No,
don't sell,
no,
or
because
most of
there's no
those stocks
support.
are gonna
So
drop 90% at some point,
if a
but we
stock
don't
can
know
go
when.
up, if a non-index stock can go up 40%, it can easily drop 40%. There's no, so um but again,
Mm,
at the same time, we look at the gap in Oracle a month or two ago on the news of OpenAI. Look at that gap from 230 to 3 or 250 to 3.
240 to, I don't know, it
Yeah,
was like
25,
over 300,
30% gap in a
almost $1 trillion company.
10% grower on a
Yeah,
$1 trillion company.
yeah.
So,
I
don't know,
mean,
is that
we've
dumb?
seen a lot of those gaps.
No, but I'm saying the smart people will say that's how you're supposed to do the business. And I'm like, I don't know, it seems pretty dumb to me that all the smartest people in the world are off by $100 billion with all the work they do on this. So I'm saying like everything's kind of acting weird, but I think retail is now got its own little cabal. that you can't just make fun of. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to get run over like they did in the crypto derivative market last week. But that's because of the leverage. You know, you give people 20 to 50 times leverage, they're going to blow up. Pros would blow up. It's just not. It's
Yeah,
just,
anytime you use a lot of leverage, it's just a matter of time.
yeah,
Obviously, when you use a lot of leverage, you need to use smaller position sizes. Um, but if you're wondering how is it going to end with those meme stock that you just mentioned, we don't know. They might go up another 500% or another
yeah,
1,000%.
yeah,
But at some point, they're going to have 80, 90% declines.
yeah,
And if you want to short them, like from my perspective, it's better to wait until they're under their declining 200-day moving average when, they're on the other side of the mountain. And obviously, if you go to 2021, 2022, and stocks that made huge moves, and then you can see what actually happened, I mean, that's not a good example, but I guess some of the others, like many of them, dropped substantially after their big 2020, 2021 moves.
yeah.
So,
I think you still need institutional support, especially when there's no earnings. Or you better be the one that's really in charge of the story and know where every share is because it's not an easy game to be an institution, to act like a market maker in these things.
yeah.
So what are you looking at? Swings. So again, I mean, you had a little scary moment. I did not buy on Friday, but I also am selling all the time right here. I'm in the cash raising mode here. It's been a great year. It's been a great 2 years. I'm not going to. I'm going to be on the proactive side of raising cash, not waiting to get stopped out of everything. But at some level, Ivan, it's just I'm waiting for stops because
Yeah, I'm also taking profits proactively, but I'm very nimble. I can easily get fully invested, in a day.
you
It's
know.
not a
All
problem
right.
for
So what do
me.
you see here? New scale. This is
Yeah,
clear.
this is one that I traded on Friday. Sold two-thirds uh, proactively, for profit, and then I was stopped at break even on the last one-third when we had that shakeout. Today I
Yeah.
bought it again as I saw it. The entire sector of anything nuclear related has been super strong. And I tweeted, this morning, the sector is super strong. This one, GEV was just breaking out, so there is just a lot of movement in the space. And some of those stocks, I think they have a lot more room to go.
Yeah.
And obviously, I wouldn't chase them here. Like I would wait for a pullback. But something like ASPI, I think it has potential, to go a lot higher um, than this. Anything AI related is hot. Like I think CoreWave is acting constructively, making higher lows,
Yeah.
getting tighter. I traded this a bunch of times last week. I think it's setting up again, so I might trade it again. Um, ARM,
Okay.
setting up for a huge breakout. If you look on a longer time frame, obviously valuation wise, it's bloated, but almost everything is at this point, at this
Yeah. 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 I just
stage
have
of the
no.
cycle.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, that looks good. The data dog looks good too. Again, but I'm not. I
Yeah,
bought
I
it
traded
just to
that too
watch
when
it.
it was setting up right here
Yeah.
on the two tight
Um,
weeks.
I made
And
some calls. I mean, I know some of the early investors, they don't own it anymore. I mean, it's not cheap, it's 80 times earnings.
nothing's cheap right now.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so it's not
Yeah,
like I'm getting excited about buying late stage breakups, but it's a hell of a base if you go to the monthly.
everybody who has some experience know that we are playing in a like musical chair game.
Yeah.
And if you overstay, you're gonna, take a hit at the end, but nobody knows when
I
the end will
just
be.
don't want to be the new, like I said, like I did with the firm. I'll try new ideas, but I'm giving them much tighter leashes. And I'm not doing as much research on them, so I don't get bought into an idea in a
Yeah, into a
late
narrative.
stage
Yeah,
of the cycle.
definitely.
So,
And at the same time, the market is becoming more volatile when we're seeing more shakeouts.
yeah,
Like 2 Fridays in a row, we saw pretty significant shakeouts. And last Friday was 3.5% for the indices for QQQ. So if you're using tight stops, you're getting shaken out.
yeah,
Um, So yes, selling proactively on strength makes sense. Buying after pullbacks and then some range contractions makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, I think some of the
And if rates
down,
are going to come down, you know, my bet and my trade into the home builders, it just didn't work, right? If rates are set to come down, if I look at XHB, kind of just it pre-ran and then just gave it
well,
up.
it's back to the 200 day. But I
Yeah.
mean, the rates can come down a little bit, but you
I
still
don't
need
know.
people to be able to afford those homes.
Yeah. So I'm
And
saying like I don't like what the price action and
if
stuff
you look
that
at
made sense to me.
uh,
Again, like I mean that's just rates are not going up and home builders just cratered back into let's go to the weekly and the monthly.
yeah, but the market is looking at the employment report and is seeing that companies are not
None of the
hiring.
reports are real. We don't even know what a report means anymore. There's no truth in any of these reports. So price action is the only truth. And so you got to give it a wider berth because no one has real information and everybody's got misinformation. But if rates are coming down, this does not look like rates are coming down based on this.
Or the
It was
market is,
acting as if
yeah.
rates were coming down, or there's something else going on in the economy that like home builders can't get a bid.
Well, it's employment. It's not, the market is not just looking at rates, it's looking at employment.
And I agree with you, man.
Yeah.
It's tough out there. I really feel it's tough out there. The market's disguising that at some level because we're just seven companies make up 30-40% of the indexes and they're kicking butt. But you know, if I pull up Meta, like I was just reading horror stories because they used Best Buy to launch their Ray-Ban glasses. And they entrusted, you know, Best Buy salespeople to sell this thing. I'm just hearing horror stories of people's, you know, trying to buy the Meta glasses and them not working. So it's like, you know,
And you
there's
can
just
see it in their stock. Like lately, their
they're not used to
brand is
dealing with an
getting
actual
simplified.
customer.
Yeah.
Like it's a great idea. When was the last time Zuckerberg actually had to talk to a customer? Like and truly like talk to them without lying to their face. And so when you're selling a $200-300 product that's, you know, and you're competing with OpenAI and your iPhone, it better be fucking good. And so again, like it's not easy out there, even for companies like Meta. I mean, it's kind of like amateur hour with this launch of the sunglasses or of, you know, whatever they call these AI glasses. So I think you just got to just really pick your spots here. And I think it's never been a better time to be a retail degenerate, but these kids better be careful.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. You need to
Friday was a
learn.
warning. Friday was a warning that like the market is like will humble you.
You need to learn risk management, but in general, all those trends that you mentioned of more and more retail traders getting involved, I
Yeah.
think they will only accelerate just because of AI and fewer companies needing fewer people. I think we're going to see more and more speculation in the next decade.
Oh yeah, and prediction markets and ICE getting involved in prediction market. Wall Street loves retail. They laughed at it forever, and now they realize that it's you know when there's a you know what is it 1.2 billion app users, better to be friends with them than be enemies of them, and better to be in business with them. So, Wall Street teaming up with retail is a phenomenon. Public companies hit me up all the time now. I want to talk to StockTwits, the streams, right? For 15 years, it was like there was a mockery. Oh, these people are all, you know, shit talkers and whatever. I'm like, yeah, those are the people, but the people behind the people, right? Like the people watching all this, right? The people watching the contributors are having a ball. They're there. And so public companies are talking to, you know, they're starting to take the retail investor seriously because they realize that they can move markets and they can tell stories. And it happened with Palantir did a great job of empowering retail. Robinhood, same thing. Turn their enemies into cult members because it's a good product and well, because it's a great product. You know, if it was not a good product, stock would be a shit show. And same with Tesla, right? Like in the end, Tesla's a great car. People love their Teslas. The
Yeah.
stock wouldn't be able to man, you know, to handle all this. So So retail's important in telling these great stories, as Tesla and Palantir and Robinhood have testified to. All right, buddy.
All right, Howard, thank you.
Everybody have a great week.
You too.